Hey everybody, Butcher here. I just wanted to share a clip that I had of my Coah fighting a Mega Raptor all before 1.0 at the grand total of zero point 0.6 size. Um, I, I, I don't know why this fight was just so fun. It was probably one of the best fights that I've had in quite some time because it was one-on-one. It was a Mega Raptor that was the same size as my Coah, and we just had a really good engagement, so I really wanted to share it with you guys. And so, I thought I'd dive into like what my thought process is on the combat and maybe what he's thinking and everything. But right here, I try to get in the hallway and just block his exit to see what he did. I'm trying to feel him out, and it looks like he wants to fight. He's roaring at me here, and I just want to see what he does. If he tries to get out, I might be able to get a hit on him. And see right here, he ends up. I try to bait him. He attacks, misses. We both miss. But I can't stress the importance enough of trying to bait with Urbies. Like, you don't ever want to always just sit in one corner unless you're like severely outnumbered. Like in this case, I'm trying to get the kill, so I really wanted to make him screw up and try to bait him into me getting the damage and getting a better trade. Um, this is such a good match too because as the Mega Raptor gets behind me, he can apply so much bleed and so much damage, and thank goodness we're actually in a cave, so I had a lot of things to block, and but for me, I can hit this Mega Raptor really hard if I get a good stomp on him, and that's something that he just does not want to get hit by. He can get hit by a few regular headbutts, and that's no problem. See here, he actually gets a good exchange off on me there, and a little bit of bleed. I rest to try to heal it up. That way I can start healing again. I started this fight a little bit low because there was a storm and I finally made it here. And that's my comfort had dropped and I lost some health. And so I was a little bit worried about trying to get my health back up at the time. So this is like one of my speed Coahs. I try to run speed on all my Coahs so that way I can do a lot of baiting, a lot of bringing the fight to the enemy, and that's the way I play. I like to hunt down whatever it is that I'm searching for and actively engage rather than let the fight come to me. And this is on official server 2, so there's nearly no rules other than just mix packing and regular chat rules and all that. So we're doing a little dance here, trying to get an engagement going. And I'm really surprised that he wants to fight still, like normally people would run away, but it was such a good engage. And here we go, trying to get some bleed. I move to the corner, try to get him off, and he scored some bleed on me, and I scored some bleed on him. He got a lot more on me that engage. He did a really good job. If it wasn't for me moving all the way to the edge of this bridge, it wouldn't have turned out as well for me. So now looks like we're both gonna rest up here. He's trying to get some of the bleed that I put on him off, and I'm doing the same. And here I actually tell him, I said, this is a blast, and I thank him for participating in the fight because, like I said, it's not very often you find yourself in an engagement like this, especially on server 2. And kind of checking out my talents. I did just inherit that 2 strong legs and 2 sneaky. Won't really help me that much in this fight, but it really helps in my other fights as Coah, especially later on. Getting the sneaky, getting the surprise on people, getting strong legs, getting up into position on people. Very cool. I love Coah. So here he comes. I thought he might have actually got a hit there, because it takes Coah a little bit to get up. And evasive maneuver, and he's going to try tail riding me again. Got a really good exchange on me there. And at this point, I'm about half HP. A little bit more worried than normal, but still not too bad. There's not a ton of bleed on me. And I can rest this off. And I can rest this off like every now and then. So we're going to try hitting him. Got a good hit right there. His evasive maneuver sometimes doesn't work, and I'm able to get a hit before it actually goes through. So we're gonna wait here to see what's See what he's gonna do next. I'm healing my bleed every 15 seconds. I lay down. That way I can count the ticks. Every time you get a health tick, you can wait. Um, I think I'm baiting him here a little bit, but there I got my tick and I get back up, so I'm healing my 5 bleed. Now I'm gonna chase him around the ring, try to see if I can just force him into doing something stupid. It doesn't always work, but you never know until you actually move the enemy. So we're both healing here, getting our bleed gone. He's actually a pretty good player. I've actually ran into him a few times before in the past. There he barely missed the horns there. I thought for sure I was gonna get him, but still resting my bleed up, getting that off. Oh, there, got him good. I didn't think that I was gonna be able to get him, but my goodness, it takes Mega Raptors so long to actually get up, especially if they're resting from full rest. It's incredible how long it takes them to get up. You think a creature that's that nimble would actually be able to get up so much faster, but they don't. So we're doing a little bit of ring around the rosy right now. He's trying to jump behind me and then tail ride me, which is a really good tactic. It's not much danger on his end, unless I were to stomp, and then it gives him the option. Now, I think he was trying to go back up there just to chill and then possibly heal or something, or maybe he wanted to stop, but it turns out he just kind of ends up he keeps engagement going. So I'm assuming he has bleed, or if he doesn't have bleed, then he can't use the crystals yet. But there you go, he's evasive. He's just feeling me out, seeing what I'm gonna do. He gets a really good engage right there, and I miss the stomp. Had I hit the stomp, it would have really injured him. Not really injured him, but done a lot of bleed and a lot of damage. So right there, healed up my bleed. I'm gonna see where it goes. Right now I'm kind of showing my back to him in certain areas. That way I'm just trying to bait him, and a lot of my movements show a little bit of a bait. Okay, he's trying to get that tail ride, trying to get behind me. I'm not gonna let it happen. And now I'm actually full HP again, and that puts me right back in the fight, and I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty confident at this point. I'm really trying to bait him, so I stop occasionally and see if I can stop short of his jump. Doesn't work here, but he gets behind me, applies a little bit of bleed, and now trying to rest it off again. He definitely lives dangerously, but he's doing a really good job working me. So, and there we exchange both ends. And this is a constant thing. Like when you get bleed on a dinosaur, you just want to constantly count, you know, your 15 seconds or whatever you count to. Like I count to 10, and then that gives me the extra seconds to full rest if I need to. But you always want to think about getting that bleed off. You know, you don't want to think like, oh, I need to rest indefinitely. I want to rest every 15 seconds and get those little ticks off me. Because if you're healing that bleed a little bit at a time, you just chip away at it, and then you end up getting back to where you wanted to be. Now I got my bleed off. I'm gonna go see where he's at, see what he's doing. Trying to look at my talents. I'm indecisive at this time. Here we go, going down the spiral. I assumed at this point that he ran completely. And I thought he was just out of the fight. Perhaps I damaged him too much or whatever. He couldn't get all the bleed off, and then he really went for a full rest. I hear him there. I heard him sleeping, so he must have had a fair amount of bleed. But then he found out that I knew he was there, so now the engagement goes down the spiral.
This aggro ending's not even 1.0 yet. So.
And now he's resting, and I'm thinking I'm gonna be able to get this stomp off on him. And sure enough, I did. I got the stomp.
I got him.
And he almost got his evasive maneuver off, but
Got him.
again, that Mega Raptor. Um, again, that Mega Raptor stand-up phase just takes way too long, and he got burnt right there. So I just wanted to thank Delta Flyer RC for that fight. It was a really, really good fight, and wow, I look forward to more of them with you, buddy. All right, GG, man.